Some American cities are famous for their charm, but others are known for something very different. In a recent survey, thousands of Americans described how rude they personally feel their own city can be, and names like Philadelphia and Oakland appeared near the top, for reasons many people did not expect. But the number one city might surprise you most of all. Today, I'm going to show you the 15 rudest cities in the United States, based on a study by Preply, a survey that collected residents' impressions of everyday courtesy, communication style, and social behaviors. This ranking does not define a city or its people. It simply reflects how locals perceive the general atmosphere around them. Before we begin, subscribe to the channel. Here, you get 3 videos a week about curious facts nobody talks about. And comment right now, which city do you think ranks first? Let's see if you get it right. Now, let's begin the list. City 15, Tucson, Arizona. Located in southern Arizona, Tucson is shaped by desert climate, hot summers, and wide landscapes. Some residents report that daily interactions can feel brief or reserved, possibly influenced by long distances between neighborhoods and a quieter pace of life. Others say the heat and dry environment contribute to a sense of urgency or impatience in certain situations, which visitors sometimes interpret as rude. Even so, many also describe a strong sense of community, but one that newcomers may take time to access. City 14, San Francisco, California. San Francisco, in Northern California, combines high density, steep hills, and a fast-moving urban lifestyle. Locals mention that the high cost of living, intense work environment, and constant flow of people can lead to short, direct communication. For newcomers, this straightforward approach may be perceived as unfriendly or abruptly honest. Residents explain that the city's rapid rhythm leaves little room for extended small talk, leading to interactions that can appear unintentionally rude to outsiders. City 13, Houston, Texas. Houston, in southeastern Texas, is one of the largest and most diverse cities in the country. Its size, heavy traffic, and rapid expansion contribute to a lifestyle where people often move with purpose. Some residents say this results in communication that is efficient rather than warm, which visitors may interpret as a lack of courtesy. Meanwhile, Houston's humid climate and long commutes also shape daily moods, influencing how people interact in busy environments. City 12, Jacksonville, Florida. Jacksonville extends across northern Florida, with one of the largest land areas of any U.S. city. Because of this, the community is widely spread, and some residents report that neighbors do not interact frequently. Visitors sometimes interpret this distance as indifference, which for some translates into a perception of rudeness. Locals describe Jacksonville as a place where people value personal space and routine, making the social atmosphere more independent than socially open. City 11, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Located in central New Mexico, Albuquerque is influenced by a mix of desert climate, elevation, and long-standing cultural traditions. Some locals explain that people may appear cautious or reserved at first, especially with strangers. This can be perceived by visitors as a form of detachment or abruptness. Over time, many report that relationships strengthen significantly, but initial impressions sometimes align with what survey participants described as a rude or distant first layer. City 10, Charlotte, North Carolina. Charlotte sits in the Piedmont region of North Carolina and has grown rapidly over the past decades. Residents mention that the city's professional environment and expanding economy create a lifestyle where interactions tend to be direct and focused. For some, this can be interpreted as brusque or lacking warmth. Newcomers often say that while people are polite, deeper friendliness takes time to develop, contributing to the perception of social distance. City 9, Long Beach, California. Long Beach, on the Southern California coast, blends urban life with a strong regional identity. Some locals note that the city's diversity leads to many distinct social circles, which can make everyday exchanges feel limited or brief. Visitors mention that while people appear approachable, maintaining formality in public interactions sometimes leads to perceptions of rudeness. Its coastal setting creates a relaxed atmosphere, but city-scale dynamics still influence communication style. City 8, Las Vegas, Nevada. Las Vegas in the Mojave Desert is shaped by tourism, entertainment, and a constant flow of temporary visitors. Residents say that this high turnover influences the tone of daily interactions, making conversations more practical and less personal. Visitors may perceive this practicality as impolite or impatient. Locals also mention that the non-stop nature of the city encourages a fast-paced approach to communication, reinforcing a perception of rudeness among those unfamiliar with the lifestyle. City 7, Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis in southwestern Tennessee has a long cultural and historical legacy. Some residents explain that social interactions can feel closed or selective at first, especially in established neighborhoods. Visitors occasionally interpret this as unwelcoming or curt. Over time, Memphis is often described as loyal and community-oriented, but initial interactions may seem blunt, contributing to survey responses identifying the city with a ruder tone. City 6, Boston, Massachusetts. Located in New England, Boston is associated with academic life, history, and a highly active urban environment. Many locals describe communication here as straightforward and efficient, which visitors may interpret as abrupt. The cold winters and dense traffic also influence the pace and tone of interactions. While Boston is known for directness, this characteristic aligns with what many survey participants interpreted as rudeness, even though residents often view it simply as clarity. City 5, Oakland, California. Oakland, on the eastern side of the San Francisco Bay, is culturally diverse and constantly evolving. Some residents report that people tend to stay within familiar community groups, leading to first impressions that feel distant. Visitors sometimes interpret this cautiousness or introversion as rudeness. Residents note that the city's transitions, density, a mix of lifestyles influence social interactions, reinforcing a perception of a guarded atmosphere. City 4, Louisville, Kentucky. Louisville, in northern Kentucky near the Indiana border, blends southern heritage with metropolitan growth. Locals say that people value privacy and measured interactions, which may come across as formal or restrained to outsiders. Visitors occasionally describe initial exchanges as slow to develop or distant. These characteristics, when viewed through the lens of the survey, contributed to Louisville's placement as one of the cities perceived as more rude in first contact. City 3, Tampa, Florida. Tampa, on Florida's Gulf Coast, is known for rapid growth, suburban expansion, and a strong tourism presence. Residents mention that the mix of visitors, commuters, and new residents creates a lifestyle where people often focus on their routines. Visitors sometimes interpret rushed or brief interactions as rudeness. The hot, humid climate may also influence communication patterns, making the overall tone appear less patient at certain times of the year. City 2, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Philadelphia in eastern Pennsylvania has a long-standing reputation for direct communication. Locals often describe their style as honest and practical, traits that visitors may interpret as abrupt or impolite. The city's density, active street life, and fast pace contribute to interactions that can feel intense to outsiders. According to the survey, these characteristics placed Philadelphia near the top of the ranking for cities perceived as rude. City 1, Miami, Florida. Miami in southern Florida combines tourism, nightlife, multicultural diversity, and constant movement. Residents report that the rapid rhythm of the city and the variety of social backgrounds create interactions that are often brief and direct. Visitors sometimes interpret this quick communication style as rude or indifferent. Miami's dynamic environment, combined with its high volume of visitors, shapes the perceptions reflected in the survey, placing it as the #1 city on the list. The United States has cities with distinct climates, histories, and rhythms, and each one influences how people interact day to day. This ranking reflects perceptions rather than facts, showing how lifestyle, environment, and expectations can shape what residents interpret as rude. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe, leave a like, and comment which of these cities surprised you the most. And check out the next video appearing on your screen.